Hello, everybody. How is everybody doing? Just getting set up here for you guys. You guys are my first ones today. Hey, Aquarius. How you doing? Welcome, welcome. I'm getting settled in a little bit with my old age body. Anyway, welcome. My name is Patti, and I'm an empath that is doing your intuitive tarot today. I am also an intuitive coach, life balance coach, and spiritual coach. I do also nutrition and fitness, but not as much as I used to. But it does work with life balance. So we are doing March 1st through the 7th. We're in March, guys. I cannot believe it. It's crazy. Crazy how fast time flies. Now, just for you guys to know, we had a full moon on the 27th, and that means that those energies are still coming in because we had 28, then your first, second, probably about the third, those energies are going to start to melt away. However, you might feel a little bit agitated. You might feel a little anxious. You might feel that kind of stuff. So that's typical. And if you're watching this before the 26th of February, then you might want to check in on the full moon reading that I'm doing on the 26th at 1 o'clock. It's alive and you can come in and interact as well. All right, so let's get started. I'm going to turn this down just a little bit more because I want you to see as much as I can without chopping my head off the table a little bit. So we're going to do the first three oracles, past, present, and future. And then the first oracle is about the divine. The divine is what he wants to say, sort of what the message that he wants to come through with for this month. Actually, it's been sort of for this month. So the first card is about the divine in your past. And this is about your decisions and choices that you've done in your past and maybe things that can help you grow and make better decisions or whatever. He has a message for you there. The second card out is going to be your current energies. Third card out is your future. Current energies and the divine's card are the things that we want to focus in on because future can change in a heartbeat. Energies change in a second. So really just be mindful and pay attention to these first two oracles. So the first card out, the oracle out, is the Raven. Very smart bird if you haven't had this yet. And the Raven is all about more of your destiny. And those are, destiny is the steps to get you to your purpose, your journey, your passion, your goals, whatever you're trying to achieve. But it's all about the synchronistic events, the people that come into play, the people that come. And have you been paying attention to them? Have you been really paying attention to all these events that have been happening in your life that will bring you to where you want to go? Because these are really huge. So that's why the divine says that. Synchronistic, I call them those just pathways to your destiny, because everything and everyone that comes into play is actually for your purpose and to either learn a lesson, you teach a lesson, or get you to your journey, to your purpose or to your end all journey, whether it be just a normal goal or whether it be just, what you want to do in life, that kind of a thing. Great card for this week, joy. Joy. Now, the thing about joy is there's a big difference between joy and happiness, and I'll share that here in a minute. And the future card is the Queen. Now, remember, February was love month. Well, it started in February. We've got, and it's human mating season, really, through March. And then we have probably a week or two in April. But this is about woman and fertility and feminine power and sexuality and friendships. That's going to be very typical, especially with the full moon that just happened, if you're watching this after the full moon on the 27th. And also, too, about all the pheromones that are going on in the air and sorry, I just had a download, in the air and in the energies. So let's get started and see what we got going here for Aquarius. Now remember, just to keep this in the back of your head, what events have been happening around your life lately or in the past, because this is about your past energies, that either brought you to a good place or brought you to a bad place. Ooh, why did you want to go there? So what kind of energies brought you to those good events in your life and what didn't? So I think the divine is really wanting you to focus in on those, because we want to raise our vibrations and bring more of those events that are more high vibrational to our lives, because that's where joy comes in. Okay, so let's see what's going on. Oh yeah, I said I was going to explain about joy. So while I'm shuffling, this deck is, my daughter bought me a new deck. And if you are young and into games, you're going to love this. There's only one run that has been made. And I tried to text her because I wanted to make sure I was saying the right game. But there was only one run made. And these were a bunch of artists that got together. And I got to put my phone on. Sorry, my battery's about dead. They got together and they made this deck with Nintendo's approval, and it is Fire Emblem. So if you play Fire Emblem, or if you know somebody who plays Fire Emblem, I got one of their decks. And they're not making anymore. So anyway, so let's see here. And I'll show it to you here in a minute. It's a very hard deck to shuffle, though, because it's extremely long. I'm like, how am I going to shuffle these? Yes, yes. Oh, Aquarius, this is so good. So remember I said this first card, the Raven? The Raven is extremely smart. Did you know that you could teach a Raven to talk? You can. And the raven is one of the smart birds out there more than others. You'd be surprised. Ravens can actually fly and get on the back of an eagle and peck at it. They're stronger than an eagle in a sense. Oh my gosh, this is awesome. Okay, so our first card out is Hierophant. Now, Hierophant is also the card for the year. Now, again, we were talking about spirit. We were talking about God. Whatever term you want to use, I use God. If you don't like it, I'm really sorry. But my energies that I hear and everything, I call God. You want to call them universe, sacred one, spirit, you can call them whatever you want. However, I call them God. But the Hierophant is about teaching. And this is the card. So he's trying to teach somebody something, or somebody is supposed to learn something to teach somebody else. So this is something about the events in your life that have come up to a point that you really noticing that they actually brought you joy, happiness. That's where your path is supposed to be going. I don't know who this is for, but whatever events are happening in your life in the past and now, or there's a flame for somebody that's like, well, I don't know. I sort of like this, blah, blah, blah. And the thing is that little flame in there is where you're supposed to ignite and go, because that is where you're supposed to be driven at this point. And this is going to take you to a point where it's more of a spiritual level than an earthly level. And this is what's happening in our world right now, because the Hierophant being 2021's card, it is a year of knowing and learning about spiritual awareness and learning about, hey, this is something interesting happening in me that I just don't quite get, and people are going to be curious. That's why I have people email me all the time. I Skype people around the world to help them to understand what is happening, because it's going to happen a lot in 2021. I'm probably going to get so busy because just of that. Okay. And again, so what is it going on in your life right now that you need to push aside, that actually those decisions and choices didn't quite bring you happiness, or began you spiraling, or bringing people into your circle that you probably shouldn't have, maybe keeping your circle small, whatever that is, because your next card out is the 10 of Cups. Woohoo! That's actually the ultimate card, which is the ending and the beginning and everything all included, and it's coming your way because we got the Knight facing it, the Knight of Swords, and it's about truth. Hierophant is truth. Here, all Hierophant is, which is God or divine, whatever you want to call, is love and truth. That's it. That's what God is. That is just love and truth. And so this is all coming. This is a wonderful, wonderful week, at least starting. The seeds are being planted and everything is happening, somebody's becoming aware because your heart's desires, the things that you've always wanted that you cannot see in the two-dimensional are coming. That's joy. That is joy. Things that just fill you up and just make you, like when women are pregnant, say, oh, you just shine. Oh, you just whatever they say, you know. But the thing is, because it's coming from within. Happiness is external. You don't want just to be happy. You want that internal joy. Happiness can come and go like a fart in the wind, literally. And what happens is it can come in and it can be taken away just like that by somebody's words. Somebody did something happened, maybe a car accident with a brand new car, whatever it is, because it is circumstantial, it is physical, it is of the earth. So seek joy, because that's what you want to seek. And as a feminine energy, this is definitely a good thing. So if you're male, the feminine energy is coming. You know what? I'm dropping cards a lot today. I don't know what it is. Yeah, because you have opportunity coming. Ooh, opportunities. We have the Seven of Cups. You're all about cups, guys. You're all about cups today, this week. And the cups is all about your desires. Anyway, upside down. Are about your desires and your love and your high power. This is all about your high power. This is all about your your spiritual awakenings. Excuse me, the King of Wands. Okay, again, coming towards your opportunities. This is something new. So what is burning inside of you that you have either noticed changing to lift you up, or what is it inside of you that you see or feel something coming and having an opportunity, that kind of a thing? What is that inside of you? For somebody, there's something that's like stirring, like you can feel something. That's the energies that you want to be listening to. All right. Forgive me on these cards because these are brand new. And like I said, they are very long. I've not had a deck like this before. But when I turn them over, guys, these are so beautiful. I better check. Although, you know, if you guys are young or if you guys are gamers, you're going to look at it and probably laugh at me if I say it's the wrong game. So let me see. Yes, Fire Emblem, she says. These are Fire Emblem. And the artists, now there's several artists that have done this deck with Nintendo's approval. And it's amazing, but it took her almost a year to get this deck. So let's see what Divine has to say. Oh, these are upside down. So we have the Three of Wands. Okay, this is about your future and communication. All right. We've got the Three of Wands. We have the Eight of Wands in reverse. Are these upside down or upside right? No, they're upside right. So sorry about that. So we have the Three of Wands in reverse. Then we have the Eight of Wands. Aren't these beautiful? Aren't these artists just amazing? Oh my gosh, these people, they just do such beautiful work. And the Nine of Swords. So somebody's a little stressed. Somebody is a little stressed. Definitely what we have here is, and I don't feel like this is a bad stress. It's sort of like a torn stress. Like they don't know which to pick. They don't know which way to go, because this has to do with your future. This has to do with your future. We got the Eight of Wands and we've got the Three of Wands. A lot about something coming towards you, because we went from the King. We are in the Wands. So this is something coming towards you, something fresh, new, that actually is for your future. You're going to have to choose, though. This is going to be a really hard choice for somebody, because this is going to be a choice between Earth and Spirit, God. But and that's what somebody's struggling over. Somebody is really struggling over. Somebody's got to make a decision, and they're really struggling over this decision. First card out, if you just came in, is the Hierophant. All right. So we need to make sure that what we're doing, okay, making sure they're all right. Yeah. Okay, so what we want to make sure that we're doing is we're listening to our intuition. Okay, listen to your intuition. Listen to what that little voice inside of you is saying, because this here is going to affect your future. And with these planets and with everything going on with the planets, this is going to be really, it's going to change things for the trajectory. I don't know who's got a female involved here. So I think this is for a guy out there. I don't know if there's a female involved. This might have to do. Oh, okay. So if this is if there's a guy out there and he's struggling with a decision, this is somebody's decision to ask somebody to marry them, or I don't think it's to go to the next level. I think it's to actually marry them, because this is moving towards family. This is a bond, a unity that is coming together. This is a new seed to be planted, definitely. However, he's sweating. Whoever this is, you're sweating over your decision to ask them to marry you. You know what? If that is you, you need to listen to your heart. You really need to listen to your heart and pay attention to, again, for somebody, whoever this is for, gentlemen, if this is you or your friend is, you see how I'm, they're so new, they're so slippery. Is really, you need to pay attention to all the things that led up to this point. If you're in fear to ask somebody to marry you, or maybe you're one to be asked to be married and you're not sure, this is the time to really sit back and analyze the red flags. How many red flags were there? Was there any red flags? And what does that person make you feel? Okay, for those of you that are in this predicament this week or this coming next couple of weeks, ask them, how would you feel if that person was no longer in your life? God forbid they were to die. How would you feel if they were gone? And that, whatever you feel first, is your answer. That's your answer if you're wondering to marry them or not. Okay? All right. All right, let's see what we got here. So we have judgment. Okay, there it is. This is for somebody. This is judgment. This is about asking somebody's hand in marriage. Ooh, and you're going to be given the world. Aren't these cards just beautiful, guys? Oh my gosh. And then the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups. Okay, so definitely for somebody who's afraid to ask to marry, don't be afraid. She's ready. You're ready. Ask. She's going to say yes. It's time. Go for it. Go for it. I love it. I love it. All right. So let's see what else we have here for you guys. For others, these opportunities that are going to open, this is a time. Yeah, this is a time not to put yourself in a position where you're thinking about your past. This is where the divine wants you to take those past events and think as them in the past. Yes, they made me stronger. Yes, they got me through my storms. Yes, they got me through my battles. Yes, they got me through this. That's where they need to stay, because now I'm not that person anymore. It's like when I went through my sexual abuse and went through the inner child stuff, it was like I had to grow that little girl up and say, you know what? You don't have to be afraid anymore. I'm a grown woman. I can handle myself. I can take care of myself. It's okay to be okay and grow up now. And it sort of sounds stupid, but in all reality, when I was told you have to go grow that little girl up, I didn't understand, and I fought it for years. And it was just like, I don't get it. It sounds stupid to me. But you know what? As I did it, I saw physically that little girl that was so afraid that somebody was going to come and touch her, that I saw her bloom and blossom in my mind. And now it's a beautiful, beautiful unity. Oh, I'm getting goosebumps. So that little girl's all grown up. So this is part of somebody's healing. So this is a time where you can take those events that have happened in the past, but please, don't use them to manipulate. Don't use them to compare your next relationship. Don't use that to compare somebody's relationship, a new relationship, because it's not. Yes. Yes, nurturing. Somebody, now maybe it's with this couple that maybe is going to get married. Somebody might be pregnant. Congratulations. Yeah, it could be scary for somebody, but you know what? I've never expected to have kids. I have a child, and best blessing I've ever been given. But it also could mean that somebody is going to need some nurturing. Somebody is going to need to be a little bit handheld this week, to bring them to that happiness, to bring them to that joy. Somebody might be here. Somebody's here is depressed, and they're really fighting. They're really, really fighting. Somebody's sort of depressed and they're fighting this. And somebody is trying to stand beside you to hold your hand, lift you up, and say, it's going to be fine. It's going to be okay. All right. And because you've got the world to look at, you've got the world to be there. You just got to get through this. You got to get through this little bit of battle with yourself. All right. Got to get through the battle with yourself. All right. Ooh, where'd the time go? This is a wonderful reading, you guys. I haven't seen this. Oh my gosh, again. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. This is your time, Aquarians. This is your time. This is a time for you guys not only to look at what's happened in the past that's lifted you up again. You're going to want to take those decisions and past decisions that you've made in the past and keep moving those forward in that manner. And anything that brought you a decision of frustration, low vibrational frustration, upset, discouragement, disappointment, and for a lot of people, they're earthbound, they'll get depressed and anxiety. Those are sort of earthbound energies, and there's ways to break those. I should do a video on those, I guess. But there's ways to break through depression, anxiety, fear, those kind of things. So those things that the divine is talking about with this oracle is try to eliminate those decisions and energies. And when you make a decision, again, with the first card out being the Hierophant, what you want to do is really, really make sure that you go to divine, spirit, God, whoever you want to call, and say, hey, is this the right decision? I blew my girlfriend's mind this weekend. She goes, I didn't realize you prayed all day long. I do. I pray. It's easy. It's just like, hey, God, what do you think about this? What do you think about this? I don't do one decision without God's approval, because then I know if I do it because of my approval, then I'm going to end up in the toilet. Been there, done that too many times. And ever since I have done that, I've applied that to my life. My life has gone way up. In fact, it's just crazy. It's just crazy how my life has gone spiraling up. So make sure that you look at everything this week you're going through, who you're touching, who's coming in. This is about the dot to dots that's being connected for your destiny. That's supposed to bring you joy. Everything that you do in your decisions and things like that, because you've got the World coming. You've got the Ace of Cups. You've got, oh my gosh, you got so many good things this week. And you can have it all. You can really have it all. You can really have it all. Oh my goodness. But for the person who is depressed, the person that is in anxiety, the person that is struggling, you need to reach out to that friend that lifts you up and nurtures you and helps you and gets you through all that kind of stuff, because that's what they're there for. They're there for you right now for whatever you're going through. I don't know what you're going through. However, you do have some pretty strong battle wounds. How many wounds have you come through, you know? But you're still here. And you're still here breathing for a purpose and a reason, to teach somebody. However, last thing I'm going to say, though, is when you look at the World, she is got 2 wands in her hand, right? Those wands are spiritual wands. When you look at the biblical or whatever you want to look at, the staff is always, it is like the lightning rod to the divine. It is sort of the messenger. And that's why communication with wands is really, really key. So really be mindful who you're communicating with this week, and also be transparent. This is transparency. To have the World, you do need to be transparent. it doesn't have to be with everybody. So they say, hey, you know, I don't go tell everybody, oh yeah, hey, by the way, you know, I was sexually abused as a kid. You know, I don't do that. I don't do that. But I do in certain venues to help others who've gone through it, and especially children that are going through it. I do that. And I do that here because 1 in 3 women are sexually abused and 1 in 5 men are sexually abused as a kid. And that trauma not only carries with you, it also, this is what the divine's talking about, is about your past decisions, how you might have made not the best ones. And that's why the divine's asking you to look at your path right now, all the things that are actually working towards lifting up something. All right. Woo! So, when now we're at a point where all I'm going to ask is, I don't have any announcements, but the one thing I do want to ask is if you have any comments, please don't. If you want to email me and you got something going on in your head or your heart or whatever, email me. I am going to ask starting March if everybody, I see so many people watching the channel. All I ask is that you like the channel. You don't have to subscribe. You don't have to do anything. But I ask that you like the channel because the way YouTube is working is that the more likes they're on, it's allowing other people to see it. So it gets you out there and able to see it more. And I would love for people to be able to come and see the channel because I don't do my tarot like pretty much everybody else. I am going to say on the numerology end though, for this reading, a lot of 10s. And a 10, 10, 10, 10, 10s. And 10s are all about, and that's what the raven is, and that's what joy is as well. And you have 10s here. But the thing is with 10s, remember this week is about ending something with a new beginning. So something's made, it doesn't mean like, oh, well, you know, John Smo's got to go kind of thing. No, something is just completed. So when you see 10, it's like, oh, okay, I finished that. It's like finishing a painting or a drawing. Oh, I finished that, so I'm on to the next. So this is about lessons in learning. Something is going to end that you've learned enough from and that you're going to be moving on to something new. Lots of good stuff this week. I'm so excited for you guys. And again, if you're going to ask that person to marry, go for it and let me know. I want to know. I want to know. I want you to message or anything in there. So I hope this was helpful. Lots of joy in your week. Oh my gosh, I feel so high vibrated. Lots of joy in your week. Please, please, please like, share, and subscribe. Like, so I can get this word out so more people can come and watch just like you guys. I would appreciate it. I hope you guys have a great week and see you on the 8th. All right, take care, guys. Love you. Bye, Aquarius.